Hello everyone, myself Diksha Shandil from Biotechnica, and I am here with you today to discuss about some strategies, some tips how you can better your competitive examination preparation, especially if you are preparing for any competitive examination in the domain of life sciences. So once we talk about competitive examination and once we talk that we have to crack that examination, in between that we have to go through a level of strategy, path, and the final destination is not easy as we think. So we have to be completely passionate about our plan as well as our destination, about the examination that we are giving, and only then we will be able to crack the examination and get through the way and reach our destination. So it's very much necessary for you to be deeply passionate, to be deeply imbibed in the preparation strategy, because if you are having any kind of loophole, any kind of let's say small amount of any small amount of problem or any small amount of confusion while your preparation, then ultimately it will affect your score in the competitive examination. So it's important for you to build your mindset in such a way that you can crack your goal in just one go. And that is the success behind the people who crack the examination in just one attempt, in their first attempt. And that's what we divide people. We divide people not on the basis of their capability, but on the basis of how passionate and driven they are towards their goal. And that's why some students can crack the examination in one go, some students take in second attempt, and some students really find it hard to crack any competitive examination. So it's not just about your knowledge, it's about your determination to crack that competitive examination. So firstly, let's get started, where I'll be giving you some best strategies, tips and tricks where you can better your preparation for any competitive examination in the field of life sciences. So firstly, before starting this video, I want to talk about Biotechnica. So this video is sponsored by Biotechnica, which is a world largest platform for bioscientists. So we can visit us on www.biotechnica.org, and then you have we have an upcoming workshop for the students who are preparing for any competitive examination in the field of life sciences or who have been recent graduate in the life science domain. So they can visit the website stores biotechnica.org collections, or you can visit the workshop webinars there. The next thing is we are offering internships also. Internships for the student who are interested in the research and development, and the all-in-one R&D internship will start from 27th of December. So you can dial this number or you can email info@biotechnica.org to know more. You can take the screenshot of this slide also. And now comes the Drona batch, where we will be preparing the students for the batches for the CSIR preparation. So the batch will provide you to pay monthly as low as 4,000 rupees, and you will get 1 year subscription to the Drona batch, as well as the scholarships are also available for the students who are meritorious, and they won't be able to, if they are not able to pay, or if they are meritorious, then we will provide the full scholarship to them, and then they will get all the workshop as well as one internship for free with this batch. So you are getting workshops, you're getting the access to the workshops, and getting one internship really free. And then you can call us on these two numbers. This is the alternate number. There are two numbers given. You can call in any one of them, or you can email us at info@biotechnica.org. So done. So now coming back to the topic, we are talking about the strategies that are important for the preparation of the CSIR examination or any life sciences examination, any competitive examination. Let's say if you are talking about the Drona batch only, ultimately the goal is to make you prepare for the examination. So any competitive exam, if you have to approach for any competitive exam, the first and foremost thing that you have to keep in mind is your determination. If you are not determined towards the examination, your success won't be that loud, or you won't be able to build a strategy to build a better better conclusion towards the strategy, towards the goal that you want to achieve. So it's important to be determined, because determination will ultimately take you to the way where you want to go. So the first thing that is important is to start preparing early. So when we talk about any competitive examination, we have a time schedule given for the examination. We know when exactly in the year the examination is coming. So you have to start preparing early. Last minute preparation will give you insights about your best in that subject. If you have a good hold upon that subject, then it's fine, but it won't give you a clear chance to score high, because in that small amount of time you are trying to maximize your score. That won't happen, because if you are not preparing early, you're not being through the content of the examination, you're not being through the syllabus, and if you're not being through the syllabus, you won't be able to complete the paper, you won't be able to cover all the topics, and then maybe you can qualify, but your scores wouldn't be high, your rank wouldn't be high. So if you're not starting preparing early, you have to think about it, and you should start really preparing early, at least 6 months. So 6 months time is actually the standard time for you to prepare. I'm not saying prepare for 2 years, prepare for 3 years. No, 6 months is the ideal time. If you're sticking to the syllabus for 6 months, you can surely crack the examination. You can surely, score well. So the first thing is, you should give enough time. You should give enough time to the syllabus that has been given to you. You should give enough time to the preparation. You should understand the examination first and then start preparing. So understanding is very important. And then you should know the syllabus. So the units, the weightage, you should have the blueprint of the syllabus, and you should know the units, each unit's assigned, and what is the weightage of each unit. So you should know the syllabus entirely. Even if you're completing the 1/4 of the 2/4 or 3/4 of the syllabus, it's important for you to know the syllabus, because at least if you don't know the syllabus, then halfway you are not entering through the way that you want to. So you have to know the syllabus, and you have to fix a goal and act accordingly. So you should know what after 6 months I will do, what is the consequence of this examination, and exactly after 6 months, exactly after 1 year, exactly after 2 months, this is the fixed goal that I am going to achieve. So in that order, in that order to achieve your goal, it's important to fix the goal and act accordingly to it. So your sleep, wake, your time management should be in that order, that you know that after 6 months you are going to write this examination. So this thing should be clear in your mind. So you should know about the examination, and you should start preparing really early. The second point is that you should understand the examination. When we say we understand the examination, we often say that we know the pattern of the examination, but that's not actually true. Understanding the examination means you're understanding the nature of the examination. See, it's not as simple that you understand the examination means you know the strategy how to crack the examination. You should equally understand that where you have to put more effort and where you shouldn't put more, you shouldn't put effort. See, if it's like that you are preparing, if you are preparing for examination, there would be certain topic that will have a higher weightage and some topic will have a lower weightage. Then if you're wasting your time preparing for those topics that you really won't have a good hold in the examination, then you are wasting your time. So you should understand the examination, the pattern of the examination, as well as you should understand that where you have to work smartly. So you should understand the examination, and for that you have to go through the format of the examination. You have to go through the format. You should come with the printout of the question paper, and should you see the format of the past 5-year, 10-year trend. Then only you should have able to have the gist of the examination. So it's important to go through the format and familiarize with the content. If you are being familiar with the content, it means you know these topics are there, and I have to put more efforts on the topics that have been, even if I'm not good in those topics, I have to put efforts, because the competitive exam demands me to have these topics known. They demand that the student should know about these topics if they want to score high. So if you are directly approaching those topics, those content that are having a good weightage, that are having a good hold in the examination, your time would be less, your preparation time would be less, and your yield will be maximized. So your basically productivity will be maximized. So you have to familiarize with the content, and you have to know about the types of question asked. Again, this is cross-talking with each other. So what you have to do, you have to go through the question paper and the types of questions that are asked. How many numericals are being asked? How many straight questions are being asked? What all experimental questions are being designed? What all the value-based or application-based questions involved? So you should know the types of questions that are being asked. Then you have to know the time frame to answer it. It shouldn't be like that the questions are very high and you are taking 5 hours to solve those questions. No. If the time frame has been designed in such a way that you have to answer those questions in this time time frame given, you have to do in that time frame only. You won't be given any 1 extra minute even if you know everything about the question paper. No, you have to solve those questions in the time frame that has been provided to you. So you have to know about the time frame and you have to act accordingly. The next thing is you have to develop a study plan. So when we say we develop a study plan, we talk about the content, the format, the understanding, the pattern and the strategy all together. So when we club these things all together, we develop a study plan. So you have to firstly break these topics into the sections. Now, when we study big topics, we are usually after 1 hour, after 2 hours, after 1 week, even after 1 month, we feel demotivated because we feel those topics are very bulky to get into our mind. Our mind can't soak those topics. So you have to break those topics into sections so that even if you are studying those topics every day, it is not making your mind getting bored. So your mind shouldn't be bored, your mind shouldn't be saturated. For that, you have to break the big topics into sections. The next thing what you have to do is, you have to put different time slots for each. You shouldn't club biochemistry with biochemistry. You shouldn't club two different subjects together, physics with chemistry. You shouldn't club two antagonist subjects or two hard subjects together. So if you are preparing, you should prepare in such a way that you are taking one difficult subject and one easy subject according to your interest and your preferences. So you have to put different time slots for each. It shouldn't be like you are taking one day you are preparing for all the tough topics and another day you're taking all the easy topics. Then your productivity will be decreased and you will feel demotivated because you will feel you are not answering the questions. So your preparation strategy should be in such a way that you are covering each topic clearly, so you are giving equal weightage to the subject that you are weak in and the subject you are stronger in. So you have to make a balance in between two. Then the thing is that you have to review regularly. So your progress should be reviewed. You shouldn't go straight away in a line. You should stop and see, looking at the back, that where you make mistakes and how you have to correct them. You have to go through all those topics. You have to understand, you have to review yourself, in yourself only, your preparation you have to review, that where you are lacking and what all you can do to improve this strategy. So you have to review regularly. And then the next thing you can do is that you have to go through a weekly cycle. If you are studying something, if you have a study plan, and if you're forgetting it the next week, you will not able to get the idea, because this competitive examination will not have a limited syllabus. It will have a huge syllabus and you cannot cover everything in the competitive syllabus that has been given, the syllabus that has been provided. So you have to go through the weekly cycle. So this roll-in thing will happen if you are weekly revising, memorizing, or at least understanding. If you are giving like on a weekly basis, you are giving weightage to all the topics. So you are covering a lot in a less amount of time. So if you are, let's say, taking 1 month preparation, you're covering 4 units. But if you are taking 1 unit for 1 month and then coming back to another unit for the next month, then you are ultimately giving 1 unit the whole month, but the next month, and then when the examination will come, you will realize that you didn't get any time to revise. So when we study or approach the topic first, we don't understand it. At least 50% only we are about to understand it. When you are new, like psychology says that when we start studying about something, when we are reading, let's say we are reading a unit, you're reading a chapter. If you go firstly, you will be understanding only 40% to 50% of the chapter. It won't happen that once you are going and you're understanding everything, the next time you will again read the chapter, you'll get 60%. The next time you'll again read the chapter, you'll get more. So if you are thinking in one go, you will prepare, it won't happen. So it will not benefit you. So you have to start, you have to read, and if you're feeling anything stuck, you have to prepare and come back to the topic again. So you have to complete maximum units in the less amount of time. For that, it is needed for you to come back to the top where you got stuck or where you felt difficulty. So going through a weekly cycle will help you in remembering those concepts again and again, and ultimately will have a grip upon those concepts. So you have to make a weekly cycle, and then you have to come back again to the topic where you felt stuck once when you were preparing. So this is the idea of developing a study plan. Now comes using a variety of study methods. So we all are different. we all have different ideas and different strategy to prepare. Some will prefer studying only through the book. They will underline the book, they will underline each sections of the book. Then some students will come and they will say, nahi, hame notes banana acha lagta, to fir wo notes banata. They'll make notes, they'll start making notes, and they'll start putting sticky notes and everything. Some will come and then say, no, hame to video dekhna hi acha lagta. We like watching videos, we like e-learning. So it's different for the students. So if I have a personal preference for my study, you will have a personal preference for your study, and that is completely unique. That is because of the inquisitive mind we all have, and that is different from one to another. Okay, so you have to develop a strategy according to your ease of method. Okay, so you have the study plan should be in such a way that it should be according to your method, your way of remembering and memorizing. Okay, so you have to use variations while learning. It's not like your best friend is using notes, so you have to make notes. No, if you're feeling that you have to read and then make notes, then that's fine for you. You can't write everything and then simultaneously learn. You have to learn, then come to writing. You can do that. Or if you think you should watch a video and then come back to preparing notes, then also you can do that. So it's upon you. It's upon you because you have to maximize the conceptual learning. That is the main benefit. That is the main thing that you have to ideally achieve. So you have to use variations while learning, and that is exclusively for yourself. It shouldn't be similar. You shouldn't see others and then try to copy it. The second thing is you have to search for the one that suits your learning method. Again, I'm saying it should suit you and your inquisitive mind. It shouldn't be similar to others, and you shouldn't be a follower of someone else's strategy that just because you're liking someone else's strategy. So you should search for the one that suits your learning ability. Then you can use sticky notes and flashcards. See, if you're using sticky notes, flashcards, mind mapping, even if you have a different mind, it is benefit to everyone. It will be benefited to everyone because these are the shortest way to prepare, to memorize. So if you're memorizing lot of things, then it is good for your preparation. So if for any competitive examination in the field of life sciences, where you have to learn and go through many taxonomical or like taxonomy, differentiation, organism name, like botany, you will get to know about so many of plants name, the scientific names. Zoology, they have names. Microbiology, they have so many of strains. So you have to make sticky notes and flashcards because these are the ideal methods of memorizing. Okay, so you have to memorize those things. You can't memorize one name and then conclude the another name. You have to memorize all of the names. Okay, so if all of the names are important to memorize, you have one way to do that, and that is sticky notes and flashcards. So you can do that in that way. Okay, and then you can switch to e-learning. Again, your preference. If you want to go to e-learning, see, visual implications are better way to remember because when we see, we tend to understand. So it's a better and effective way for all the learners. So I will suggest all the learners to at least see a video because they will get an idea. And if you're getting stuck in a topic, you can refer to a video, come back to the topic and then read. This is my suggestion for the students who are preparing for the competitive examinations. And then you can practice sample paper questions. Practicing sample questions will give you more confidence about the concepts. So you should practice the questions. Now, take practice exams. Again, since you have to practice the questions, you have to practice for the examination too. And now, if you are practicing for the examination, you have to give mock series to understand the pattern of the examination. Then you have to practice the previous year question in order to understand the trend of the examination. Then you have to attend quiz in order to understand your conceptual clarity about the examination. And then you have to solve numerical to confirm your aptitude for the examination. Okay, so these four things will go hand in hand. Okay, so you have to be good in all these so that you can practice the examination ideally. So any competitive exam will come with all these things. They will have numerical, they will have pattern for the examination, they will have a trend of questions being asked every year, and ultimately they will have a comprehension about your ability, how effectively you are approaching the examination. Okay, so you have to take practice examination and you have to see how much, how much submerged you are in, how much you have to come out so that you can crack the concerned examination. Okay, then now the thing is, stay focused and motivated. Since you are preparing for examination for so long, ultimately a time will come, because we are human mind, we tend to forget, we tend to erase things from our mind, and we tend to get tired very easily. See, biology only, no? We can't expect everything, we are not robots. So it will happen. One day you will reach a saturation. So the thing is, you have to stay focused and motivated. And for staying focused and motivated, for staying unsaturated. If you are to prevent boredom, to prevent the clash of the concepts in your mind, and ultimately that is leading for your demotivation, you have to focus upon deep learning. And focusing upon deep learning, it not only comes by reading books, it comes by the scientific apprehension of the concept. So if you are living with those concepts, you won't forget those concepts. So it's not about the examination that you are writing, it's about the concepts that you are building in your mind, which you have to remember even after 10 years. You go through the examination, you crack, and you are teaching someone else, let's say your student, about it. So if you are living in those concepts, it will be easier for you to retain those concepts. So it's important for you to focus upon deep learning. Then the next thing is you can go for sessions. Going for sessions means that you can ideally connect with those people who have been doing good in their own career, relevant for the competitive exams that you are preparing, or any person who will positively impact your preparation. It's important for you to go through that and to interact with them, so as to know that nobody is perfect, you are completely exclusive, and you are also a learner, and ultimately the result will only come if you put right effort in the right direction. So it's important for you to understand and to implement those ideas by learning from the people who have experience regarding the competitive examination. So you can go for the sessions, and then you can build mindfulness. Again, if you want to inherit that nature, if you want to imbibe that nature in yourself, that you are completely focusing upon deep learning, it's important for you to make your mind calm, patient, and mindful. Okay, so it means that you have to embrace everything around you, and you have to embrace and appreciate your learning, others' learning, and the surroundings. Okay, so it is kind of the thermodynamic system. There is a system and there is a surrounding. So if you are a system and you have a surrounding, you have to equilibrate with them. You have to make a connection with them. So building a connection is important for your deep learning. So this nature will help you in assisting your deep learning ability later. Okay, so it's important for you to build mindfulness, and then you have to clear your intention. You shouldn't be confused that you are giving the examination because others are giving and because the trend is to give the examination after doing your BSc in biotechnology. No, you should give the examination because you should have a purpose of giving that examination. Why you want to give that examination, what will be your benefit from that examination, and ultimately what is the conclusion of that examination that you are giving. It's important for you to clear the intention of the examination. And then at last, you have to stay motivated, because in a longer run, if you are not motivated, you are ultimately ruining your preparation. So staying focused simultaneously brings motivation also. If you are not motivated, you can't be focused. So focus and motivation goes hand in hand, and you have to build the cross-networking, cross-talk between the focus and the motivation. All right. Now the next thing, revise. Okay, so when we talk about revision, when we say we have to revise, we have to think about, we have to remember, we have to look back and jot down those concepts again that we have practiced once. And it's not easy for us to revise if we are preparing for the competitive examination, because we have a lot of things to study, even if we are studying it second, third, or fourth time. So mostly the students say the problem is not revision, the problem is the time it takes to revise. So mostly the preparation time, the revision time is longer than the preparation time. So for that, it's best to revise the topic at least twice, and in that case you have to again go through a weekly monthly schedule. If you are going to a weekly monthly schedule, you are giving a proper time for your preparation and revision. So there shouldn't be a separate time for preparation and separate time for revision. It should be you are using the weekdays for preparation and the weekends for revision. So if it is going hand in hand, your revision time would be really less, and you won't find it difficult to revise, because revision is key, is an important factor for the competitive examination. Because even if you know all the concept, you forget anything, you will not be able to crack the examination. So you should at least revise 2 times, and then you should routine your revision into hours and weeks that I have mentioned right now. You have to routine it. If you are not routining it, you are giving alternate time, separate time for the preparation, separate time for the revision, and then your score will be low, because ultimately you're not giving any time for the revision. When the exam will come, your preparation will end the day before the exam, and when the exam will come, you'll think, oh, I didn't get any time to revise. So आपको revise करना है, और उसके लिए आपको preparation और revision साथ में रखना है, अलग-अलग नहीं करना है, ठीक है? तो you have to routine your revision into the hours and week, and then you don't have to hurry mucking up the concepts. ऐसा नहीं कि भाई आपने रिवाइज नहीं किया, आपने पढ़ा नहीं, और अब 2 दिन बचे हैं, आज 2 दिन में तो मतलब सभी पढ़ लेना, सभी चीज़ें पढ़ लेनी, नहीं, वो नहीं करना। आप 2 दिन में कुछ नहीं पढ़ पाओगे, सभी चीज़ें भी जाओगे, कुछ याद नहीं रहेगा, जब एग्जाम में बैठोगे भूल जाओगे। सो सिंस you are remembering everything in just 2 days, you won't get time for retaining those concepts, and ultimately anything won't come in your mind when you sit for the examination. So it's important for you to don't hurry up mugging the concepts. If you feel that you can study only the half part in the last 2 days, just study those parts only. No need to go and bag anything else, because that's worthless, that is useless, you are not getting any benefit from it. So you shouldn't hurry mugging up the concept, and you should just sit calmly. You should try to understand okay, these are the only topics that I can cover in these 2 days, and at least I should focus upon these two. So if any question comes from at least these 2 topics, I will be able to answer each one of them. So your apprehension is important. Then you have to refer to instant notes. Now, if you are preparing, if you are having a revision, then you have to refer to instant notes, because last moment you can't go to any book, you can't go to any e-learning platform and you can just put on 2x and then start learning. No, you can't do that. So you have to refer to instant notes, because in a short amount of time you are getting glance upon the maximum topics. So you should refer to instant notes, either if that is being prepared by you or if it had been published by some author. That depends on you. You can do revision in both of the way. Now, you have to prepare a routine, because you are giving an examination. So you have to make a timetable, and that's important, especially if you're giving a competitive examination. You should be punctual about the timetable. One day you met the timetable, another day you're sleeping. It shouldn't happen like that. You shouldn't be punctual. And this is the most, especially it happens to the students who make a timetable. So you have to stop procrastinating. You shouldn't delay your work. You should be punctual. You should make a timetable. You should stick to the timetable. It's very much important. And then you should reward yourself for the achievement, because we are human. We need, appreciation. If we are not working with appreciation, if we are not getting any recognition of it, our mind will start dashing out. Our mind will feel why we are working. We're not getting any benefit. So ultimately that leads to demotivation. So you have to reward yourself for the accomplishment, for at least completing your work that you have achieved every day. So that determination will help you in sticking to the timetable that you have prepared, okay? Because motivation won't last long if you are not determined. Next thing is that you have to take care of yourself. Now, concepts, examinations, negative marking, positive marking, scorecard, rank, competitors, everything will go off if you don't have a stable mind, okay? So you have to be patient and calm. Not that my friend cracked the examination, what will happen to me, people will judge me. No, you should be patient and calm, because this thing will surely happen. This thing will surely happen, that somebody will be in front of you, somebody will be behind you. You shouldn't look at the front, you shouldn't look at the back. You should just look about your preparation, your improvement, and you should better in yourself. There's nobody else than your own. Like, the healthy competition is what you are competing with yourself, and you are improving yourself. That is the healthiest competition. Nobody else will help you. It's just you and who's going to help yourself. Okay, so you have to be patient and calm. You should be patient, calm, and you should try to improve your score. Then you should exercise daily, eat healthy food, meditation. These things will go in hand in hand. You have to work hard. Since you are working hard, you have to make a work-life balance. You have to work hard, you have to exercise. So eat healthy food, have a good life, like go with friends if you feel like you are having any difficulty remembering. If you feel like you can sit and just 10 minutes watch some podcast, go for that. If you feel that meditation will help you, then opt for meditation. It will really help you, because it will create the sense of having patience and calmness in you. So it's important. So these things are important. So if you are not having these things, then you are completely toxicating your mind, and then you're not able to prepare even if you are the intelligent person in this world. Okay, so you have to take care of yourself. So these were the straight of facts about any competitive examination that you are going to give. You should be determined, passionate, motivated, and you should be dedicated. These 4 things if you are having, you can easily crack the examination. I'm not talking about first attempt. You will easily crack the examination any attempt, and ultimately this will habit your senses to compete with the examination, to give any examination and crack it in first attempt too. So it's important for you to hold on and grab the opportunity by making your mind competent for the examination that you are giving. And this is a key for the every successful person who give the examination, and the examination, they crack the examination. So it's important for you to go in that order only, then only you will be benefited. So I hope you have liked this video. If you have any doubt, anything, just please mention in the comment box below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a Good day.